Krishna Katha. This is the 9th verse of the 31st chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. What does Krishna Katha do? What is the effect of hearing Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's instructions? What are the benefits of hearing about Krishna, and what's the benefit of hearing from Krishna? We all are suffering in this material nature. Tapta Jivanam. Every morning we also sing Samsara Dava Nalalita Loka. Dava Nala. Dav on a forest fire. No one goes to light the fire. It just lights up on its own. And it's an inconceivably blazing fire. Recently during the flight, I saw the news in San Francisco. 13,000 or 130,000 acres of land got burned. So many people died. Nobody went to light that fire, just on its own. So similarly, in this material nature, we don't know how it happened. Somehow or other, we got entangled, and it is like a forest fire, we're constantly burning. And with our intelligence, we're making various arrangements to avoid that suffering condition. If there's a blazing forest fire, and we are trying to make some arrangement that we do not become affected by that fire. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't. This material nature is actually a place of suffering, and this body is an instrument to receive pain. So what can we expect? In a place of suffering, in a body that is meant for receiving pain. Take any part of your body and consider in how many ways you can inflict pain to that part of the body. We don't have to go very far, we can think of thousands of ways to inflict pain. Take any part of your body, no matter how insignificant that part may be. Consider a little finger, insignificant part of the body, and take a knife, cut it. Take some fire, burn it. Take a stone, smash it. Even take a pin and prick it. So many ways we can inflict pain to this part of the body. Now you consider in how many ways you can give pleasure to this part. Practically none. And that principle applies to every single part of our body. Every single part of our body. So, what's the conclusion? This body is a wonderful instrument to receive pain. A wonderful instrument for receiving pain. So we are in a place of suffering with a body that is meant for receiving pain. What can we expect? Fortunately, we have one faculty. That faculty is intelligence. With the intelligence, we are avoiding the suffering conditions, trying to. The intelligence There's fire, and if I put my hand in that fire, I'll get burnt. So intelligence says, don't put your hand in the fire. Crossing a road, a car is coming. Intelligence says, don't cross the ground. Don't cross the street now. In this way, intelligence makes various arrangements to avoid the suffering condition. It's very hot. Intelligence produced a device called air conditioning to avoid that heat. Very cold. Intelligence developed a device called central heating. So we are creating the heat to avoid the... So it's difficult to climb up the stairs. Intelligence developed a desired device, lift. See, especially the human beings with their intelligence are developing different arrangements to avoid the suffering condition. But still, for how long can we succeed? Sooner or later, we cannot really struggle with these arrangements. Against this arrangement, suffering. We succumb to a suffering condition. Although we are trying to avoid suffering, we cannot. There are so many ways. Especially there are three kinds of sufferings. Suffering caused by the body, suffering caused by body and mind, adhyatmic, suffering caused by other living entities, and suffering caused by nature, daiva. We may have made various arrangements to avoid the suffering condition. We have a beautiful mansion with all kinds of facilities and all that. But a dear one dies. Suffering comes. Suffering caused by mind. Body may have been so many arrangements to avoid, but we cannot avoid this mental suffering, emotional suffering. Made beautiful arrangements for enjoyment, then somebody comes and sets the house on fire. Or a mosquito comes and bites. You get disease. Have made so many wonderful arrangements. All of a sudden, there's a volcanic eruption. All of a sudden, there is an earthquake or tsunami. So the suffering condition cannot be avoided by our own arrangements. But Krishna Katha, Tava Kathamritam, what does it do? Tapta Jivanam, the suffering condition of our existence is once and for all. It's mitigated. Now this is the benefit of Krishna Katha. Just by hearing, we become free from our suffering condition. But the consideration is, how should we hear? Here again, there are different types of hearing. King Vikramaditya had a very intelligent minister, Kalidas. A person came to Vikramaditya with 3 identical gold statues. Absolutely identical, weight-wise, shape-wise, everything. And asked, "My dear king, can you figure out the prices of these 3 things, models?" So the king asked different ministers, they couldn't figure out. He asked Kalidas, "Kalidas, can you make out?" "Yes, I can." He said, "All I need is a thin wire." So he took the wire, passed it through the ear of that model, and it went through straight. He says, "This one's price is just the price of the gold." He tried the second one, it got stuck. It didn't go through. This one is very valuable. And then he took the wire and passed it, and it just went to the inside of the statue in the heart. He said, "This one is priceless." What's the lesson? There are 3 types of people. One type, they hear from one ear, goes out through the other. The other one hears and retains. It's very valuable. But other one, whatever he listens, he takes it to his heart. So that person is priceless. So hearing also has different qualities, different types of hearing. Often it happens, we hear right after hearing, if you ask, "So what did you hear?" It went out through the other ear. Other person, at least, they can remember what they heard. But the other one, he takes it to his heart and acts according to that. Therefore, it is not just hearing. The question is, what kind of hearing? Tava kathamritam. If properly we hear, that means we take it to our heart. Krishna Katha. Then our suffering condition will be absorbed. So that is the thing, like we must hear, take it to the heart and act accordingly. When Krishna says, "Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja," we heard it, we repeat it so many times, but if we seriously consider, did we actually take it to our hearts and acting accordingly? We'll get the answer. Simple instruction, surrender. Just surrender unto me. And surrendering is so easy. What is the opposite to surrender? Opposite to surrender? Struggle. Right? Opposite to surrender is struggle. Now, is a struggle very difficult? Like, say, you are on the ring with a champion heavyweight boxer. If you fight with him, you can well imagine how these fights are. They get beaten up, both of them get beaten up so badly. Right? But if the condition was that right as soon as the fight started, surrender. Well, he wins, the opponent wins, but I saved myself from getting bashed up. So in the material nature, we're constantly struggling against the Maya, against the material arrangements. And as a result of that, we just get beaten up. But Krishna is giving the proposal. Surrender unto me. If you surrender unto me, then Maya with folded hands will ask you, my dear sir, what can I do for you? Maya will become Krishna's agent to take us to Krishna. Maya, Mahamaya, who is constantly piercing us with a trident, threefold material nature. She will withdraw the trident. And that's the difference between Mahamaya and Yogamaya. Mahamaya has 8 hands. Mahamaya has 10 hands. Yogamaya has 8. What are the 2 hands that Mahamaya has that Yogamaya doesn't need? One is a trident, the other is a snake. The snake is symbolizing the time, Kala, and trident is symbolizing the threefold miseries. There is no more when you surrender to Yogamaya, no more threefold miseries, no more influence of time. And Yogamaya takes us to Krishna. In that respect, Prabhupada gives an example of a policeman. Same policeman. How does a criminal see the policeman? A frightening object. But how does a peaceful citizen see the policeman? Shelter, security. And then when the time comes for him to go and meet the king or the president, the policeman escorts that person to the king. Same policeman to 2 different persons appearing in 2 different ways. Same Maya, when we are averse to Krishna, she is Mahamaya. When you are subservient to Krishna, she is Yogamaya. So this is what surrender is. Just surrender to Krishna. And how does that surrender take place? When you get to know Krishna and when we understand the benefit of being sheltered by Krishna. So the surrender will come only when we hear about Krishna. Before we heard Srila Prabhupada, did you know who Krishna was? Many of us knew Krishna but didn't really know who Krishna was or who Krishna is. It's through, like that is what the Kathamritam is. Prabhupada's books are that Kathamritam. How many of you joined Krishna consciousness by reading Prabhupada's books? Please raise your hands. Yeah. So just that's the benefit of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And that is the Kathamritam, Tava Kathamritam. And ever since you surrendered unto Krishna by reading Prabhupada's books, accepting Srila Prabhupada's instructions, what happened? Davanala is extinguished. Remember that verse? What does the benefit? What does the surrender to a bona fide spiritual master do? The surrender to bona fide spiritual master does. Samsara dava nalalila loka tranaya karuna. Tranaya means delivered. Just as the forest fire is extinguished by torrents of rain, surrendering to a bona fide spiritual master extinguishes the forest fire of material existence. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. Now who does distribute these words of Krishna? Kobibhir iritam. The most exalted spiritual personalities. Don't you see, Srila Prabhupada? How did Krishna consciousness come to the West and spread all over the world? Just Srila Prabhupada's divine arrangement. Just Srila Prabhupada's divine arrangements. Kobibhir iritam. And as a result of receiving this Krishna consciousness, kalmashapaham, all the impurities get washed away. Apohanam literally means stolen away. As if Krishna Katha steals away all the impurities of our hearts. It is due to the impurities of our hearts that we are stuck in this material nature. Viddate hridaya granthi chiddante sarvashamsaya kshiyante chasya karmani. Similarly, kalmashapaham. All the impurities are washed away, cleansed. And Shravana Mangalam, just by hearing, just by letting these words come through our ears, brings all auspiciousness. Shravana Mangalam. And Srimadatatam, it bestows the greatest good fortune. Srimadatatam. And Bhuvi Grinanti, ye Bhuvi Dajana. Those who distribute this Krishna consciousness all over the world, they are the most munificent personalities. So this actually, I tend to sing this song because this song actually indicates Srila Prabhupada's identity. This word Bhuvi Grinanti throughout the world. Now whoever distributed Krishna consciousness all over the world? It was not available all over the world. It may have been available in India, but that also was not there. Even from India it was extinct. And then Srila Prabhupada came and spread it all over the world. So when the gopis are singing that, Bhuvi Grinanti, ye Bhuvi Dajana, who is that personality that they are indicating? Srila Prabhupada. So anyway, thank you Nilamani Prabhu for inspiring us to sing this song. So, Krishna's Poganda Leela. Poganda age is from 6 to 10. Up to 5 is Balya and 6 to 10. When Krishna crosses the 5th year, he is allowed to go and take the calves to graze, like apprenticeship or cowherd profession. Like he has to take out the cows, but he can't just take the cows straight away. He needs training. And the training is coming through 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and it's happening now. You're 6 years old. So they are taking the cows. With great excitement, all the cowherd boys, Krishna's friends, they're taking the calves. So Krishna and they used to take the calves. They would go to the bank of Jamuna, which is just close by. There's beautiful grass for the calves to graze. And sometimes they would go to Govardhan. In this way, they would go to different places with the calves. And the calves are small, because they are small, so they can take care of them. They can handle them. And they take the calves and let them graze. And sometimes they control the calves, bring them. Krishna has a beautiful way of disciplining the cows and the calves. Just by playing his flute, he does that. Krishna's flute is so attractive that just by hearing Krishna's flute, they just come back around him. So this is how Krishna is tending the calves. But Kamsa is in anxiety that time and time again he actually saw how this little boy is killing all his friends. He saw Putana was dead, such a terrible Rakshasi. Mind you, these demons were so powerful that the demigods couldn't deal with them. You remember the condition? Even the demigods, because they couldn't deal with these Kamsa and his associates, that they went to Brahma. Please do something. And recognizing their power, Brahma also felt his inability. Brahma also felt that even he is not able to take care. So, Brahma admitted that I can't deal with this situation. So suggested, let's go to Vishnu. So from that, we can understand how powerful these demons were. Putana, Krishna, in his childhood, Krishna killed quite a few of them. Just as before he was even 5 years, before even he completed his 5 years. Putana, Satakasura, Trinavarta. And so now when they're taking the calves to graze, one day Krishna saw one calf that was a little strange. So he told Balaram, this one looks like a new one. I've never seen this one before. Balaram said, yeah, I also noticed. Anyway, let's see. Let's keep on playing. So in this way, when they're playing, then all of a sudden, this calf came running towards Krishna to attack him. Krishna just punched the thing on the nose. The demon was hurt. But again, it caught up and attacked. In this way, actually, Srimad Bhagavatam didn't give the descriptions of their fight. But other Purans and Samhitas actually give more detailed description. We have to understand that one of the reasons Krishna came, because in Vaikuntha, there is no Viraras, mellow of fighting. In Vaikuntha, no one fights with Krishna. Remember Jai Vijay? They actually felt that my Lord is not getting the taste of Viraras. I wish we could actually give him a taste of this Viraras. And as a result of that, they came to the earth planet as enemies and they fight. And we could see that how powerful these demons were. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. You want to hear about Hiranyaksha's power? when Ravan got into a fight with Lord Ramchandra, and the fight was getting more and more critical. So Ravan saw that he needs more ally. So he went to Bali Maharaj, Sutta. Bali Maharaj advised him, Ravan, don't fight with him. He'll never win. And besides that, you have done something wrong. He stole his wife, give his wife back, why getting into this unnecessary trouble? Ravan said, look, I got into this fight, now I can't retreat. I have to fight, even if till the end. So Ravan couldn't take Bali Maharaj's advice. Then Bali Maharaj told him that, look, since you have come to my place, I should give you some gift. Come with me. So he took him to a golden mountain, studded with diamonds, 6-7 feet in diameter. Huge diamonds, studded with diamonds. It's a whole mountain studded with beautiful diamonds, huge diamonds in beautiful order. He said, Ravan, take this. It's my gift from you. So Ravan tried to lift it. He couldn't lift that mountain. So heavy. So Bali Maharaj said, do you know what this mountain is? This mountain is the earring of my grandfather. Earring of my grand-uncle. And he was killed by this Ram. So what chance do you have in this thing? So, Sarvadharman Parityajya, Krishna Mekam Sharan, Rama Mekam Sharanam Braja. But he couldn't take that advice. So anyway, we can see how powerful these individuals were. In Satyuga, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. In Treta Yuga, Ravan, Kumbhakarna. So one of the reasons why these demons used to come during the Lord's pastimes, to give him the taste of Virarasa, the taste of the middle of chivalry. So by fighting, so the point is that whenever these demons came, there was a terrible fight. They didn't just, give up so easily. They were extremely powerful. And Krishna also. This is play. He's playing with them games. Anyway, eventually what Krishna did, Krishna grabbed the calf. It was actually a demon in the form of a calf, the Vatsasura. And he started to swing him overhead. Like you should keep on swinging like that, and what happens? The life air leaves the body. And then let it go. And that calf Vatsasura fell on the tree. Another day, they saw that there was a huge crane, like its head is practically touching the sky. So the demigods could understand that this is a demon who came to attack these children. So they decided to protect the children. So they attacked. And different demigods with their weapons struck this crane. Huge crane. Bakasura. Like Indra struck the thing, that Bakasura, with his thunder. and it ruffled some feathers of Bakasura. So there's a description that when Bakasura was standing there, it looked, his feathers were a little ruffled. And so one after another, Agni Dev, even Brahma attacked him. Nothing happened. So then Bakasura was waiting, and as soon as Krishna, out of curiosity, they came to see, wow, what kind of bird this is. We have never seen such a thing. And Bakasura just swallowed Krishna. Krishna generated such heat from his body that the demon could not keep Krishna within. Spat him out. Krishna, so this is how they fought for quite some time. Then finally, Krishna just, when the Bakasura came to swallow him, with his feet, he just got the lower jaw. And with his hand, he put to grab the upper jaw, and he gave such a tug that his body split into two. Bakasura is dead. So these two, Bakasura and Vatsasura, were actually Putana's brothers. They came to take revenge. And now they are dead. Then one day, and they were taking the calves, going to the forest to graze with the calves. And all of a sudden, they saw that looked like a new cave that they haven't seen before. As if they discovered some nice playground. All the boys were very excited. Krishna, Krishna, look at this cave. Such huge cave. And it's beautifully colored. It's all pink. And look, it looks like there is a passageway onto that cave. What was actually the cave? Aghasura, the snake. Agha means a snake. Agha also means sin. So extremely sinful demon this was. So he assumed the form of a python, a snake. It was so huge that with his gaping mouth, it looked like his upper jaw was touching the sky. And his mouth looked like a huge cave. And its tongue looked like a passageway onto that cave. So boys were very excited. So excitedly, they all entered into the mouth of Aghasura. And he was waiting for Krishna to come in. So that day, Balaram didn't come. That day was Balaram's birthday. So Mother Rohini wanted Balaram to stay at home. So Krishna realized that he saw the danger. He realized that it's a snake, an associate of Hamsa, who came to cause trouble. And he was worried. All the cowherd boys and calves had entered into the mouth of the serpent. And Aghasura also was waiting just when Krishna would enter, close his mouth and kill them all. So finally Krishna thought, okay, let me go into his mouth also. So he stepped into his mouth. And as soon as he did that, Aghasura closed his mouth. And so Krishna expanded himself. Aghasura had a big body. The mouth of a serpent is practically the length of his body. So, but Krishna expanded himself into a form even larger than the mouth of Agasura. Can Krishna do that?
Yes.
For Krishna, what is not possible? So he made himself so big that Agasura couldn't swallow him. He got stuck there on his neck. And then Krishna started to emit heat from his body. So as it is, Agasura, Krishna got stuck in his throat, and now that heat, he was writhing in pain. And it was so, he was stuck in such a way that his soul couldn't leave his body. Because a snake has only, human beings have 9 holes. And the snake have 2 holes. Maybe eyes here, or nose. Anyway. So all his holes are stuck. So Agasura's body then, Agasura left his body through his Brahmarandra. Actually, the yogis actually leave their bodies through the Brahmarandra and achieve the ultimate destination. Now you can see that by the mercy of Krishna, this demon actually had the benefit of leaving his body as a perfected yogi. Agasura's soul came out of his body. It was hovering in the space. And then Agasura was waiting for Krishna to come out. And as Krishna came out, his soul merged into his body, into Krishna's body. Brahma was watching, and he saw that this demon was so powerful that even the demigods couldn't deal with him. This demon was so powerful that the demigods even used to tremble in fear just by hearing his name. And this 5-year-old boy, 6-year-old boy, just killed him like this. And he was wondering who this boy is. Who is this little boy? So Brahma considered that let me find out who this is. So he was watching. So then Krishna got all the cowherd boys, revived, brought them out of Agasura's belly. And Yogamaya made them forget about everything, what actually happened. And playfully dancing and singing, they all came to the bank of Jamuna and let the calves graze, and they sat taking their food. Brahma was watching that they were having their breakfast. Different devotees brought out, different cowherd boys pulled out their food stuff and wrapped in a piece of cloth. And they were eating. Like one boy said, Krishna, he took a bite of the sweet that his mother made. And he thought it was so delicious. He said, Krishna, Krishna, see, this is such a delicious laddu my mother made. Krishna said, let's see. He took it and he started to eat it. Then as he placed it on his plate, another boy wanted to have the taste of that also. So he said, look Krishna, look at the bird. So when Krishna looked there, he took it from his plate and started eating. So this is how they were having their exchange. And Brahma felt that Brahma was considering whether this boy is Narayan. But then he felt that no one can deal with Narayan like this. And Narayan also may not let anyone deal with him in this way. Narayan eating somebody else's juta, somebody else's remnants, and somebody stealing from his plate. And it's not, I mean, all throughout, all the time, they were just doing exchanges like that. And so Brahma said, okay, let me see who this is. I mean, to me it seems that he cannot be Narayan. Let me see who it is, who he is. So he stole the calves. In a flash of a moment, he took the calves, put them in a cave, put them in sleep, yoga nidra. And all of a sudden, the cowherd boys noticed that all the calves are gone. Not a single one in sight. So they became very worried. So Krishna said, don't worry, you all carry on eating. I'm going to go and find out. So Krishna went to look for the calves and couldn't find them. Very surprised, Krishna came back. Now he saw that all the cowherd boys are gone. Krishna was wondering what's happening. Calves are gone, cowherd boys are gone. And then, in his mystic vision, or all-perceivable vision, Krishna saw what happened. And he realized that Brahma is trying to test him. Brahma is trying to check him out. So Krishna says, okay, fine, Brahma, check me out. So he immediately expanded himself into all those cowherd boys and the calves. It took Brahma 1 second to put all the calves and cowherd boys into the cave. And he looked back and he found the same scene. All the calves are there, all the cowherd boys are there, they're just having the picnic, and the same way with Krishna in the center. So Brahma just was surprised. I took them all, put them in the cave in sleep. How come they're there? So then Brahma looked into the caves. All the calves and cowherd boys are asleep. So now he looked at Braj, the bank of Jamuna. Then this time he saw that all the cowherd boys and all the calves are Narayans. They all are actually Krishna's expansion. So Brahma realized that I knew about only one Narayan. And all these Narayans here. So all these Narayans are expansion of this boy. So Brahma realized who Krishna is. Krishna is not only his Lord and Master Narayan. Krishna is the origin of all Narayans. So then Brahma offered some beautiful prayers to Krishna. That actually leads us to another aspect. Although Krishna forgave Brahma, but Brahma was feeling very, very guilty that he committed such a terrible offense to the lotus feet of the Lord. So Brahma decided to perform austerities. So Brahma performed great austerities. And as a result of that, eventually, the Supreme Lord appeared to him. And Brahma asked, "My Lord, I've never seen this form of yours." This form had the complexion of molten gold. And he looked so beautiful. So the Lord said that, yeah, I haven't revealed this form as yet, but I will soon do that. And when the Kali Yuga begins, I will appear on this planet in this form. And I will distribute Krishna prema. Then Brahma said, "My Lord, please allow me also to witness that pastime of yours." Krishna said, "Okay, in these pastimes you will come as one of my very, very intimate associates." Brahma fell at Krishna's feet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. He said, "My Lord, I have one prayer." What? You see, this position of Brahma often makes me so arrogant, so proud of my position as Brahma, that I commit offense at your lotus feet. So, in this pastime, please allow me to take birth as a very fallen and low-class person. So Lord said, "Okay, if that is your desire, I'll fulfill your desire. But in spite of whatever position you take, your fame will be sung all over the world." And that's why in these pastimes, Brahma came in a Muslim family, Haridas Thakur. And he was a personification of humility. So humble. He would not only go into the temple of Lord Jagannath, he wouldn't even go by the road by the temple. Being concerned that his shadow may fall on the pujaris and contaminate them. Not only his touch, he felt that even if his shadow touches them, they'll become contaminated. But he was so great that although he wouldn't go to the temple of Lord Jagannath used to come to see him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to come every day to see him. And then when he left his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, carrying his body. What a fortunate personality. So, that is the Brahma Mohan Leela. Now here also an interesting thing to note, that Madhva Sampradaya do not really deal with this chapter of the 10th canto, Bewilderment of Brahma. But Prabhupada's take on that was different. The Madhva Sampradaya's consideration is that Brahma is our Sampradacharya. He is the propounder of our Sampradaya. How can we consider that he was bewildered? But Prabhupada's point was, or actually Prabhupada is drawing the line from our previous acharyas. Krishna can do anything. Krishna can bewilder anybody. It's his pastimes. And it is not detrimental to anyone's status as a devotee. So, anyway, so this is another thing that came to my mind. So this is how, through this pastimes, Krishna actually established that his position was even superior to God. That's another aspect of Krishna's pastime. Through these pastimes, bewildering different individuals, Krishna is establishing his position being superior to them. There might be people, those who may think that Brahma is the highest, Brahma is the greatest. But through these pastimes, Krishna pointed out that his position is far superior to Brahma's. So, in this way, Krishna is playing in Vrindavan with his cowherd boys. And this time now, Krishna is about 7 years old. Krishna is about 7 years old. And one day Krishna saw that everyone seems to be extremely busy. So Krishna wondered, like, what's happening? Why everyone seems to be so busy? So he asked Nanda Maharaj, Father, what's happening? Why all of you are so busy today? What are you doing? What kind of arrangement is going on? Nanda Maharaj said, Krishna, not now, I'm too busy actually. Please, this is not the time to ask questions. And for me to answer questions. I'm very, very busy. It's already getting late. So, Krishna said, Father, if you don't tell me what is happening, then I will not know what you are doing. I'll remain in ignorance. Nanda Maharaj was worried because whenever Krishna asks a question and when he answers, on top of that there will be another question. Then he will answer, on top of that there will be another question. So that's why he was trying to avoid. But Krishna insisted, my dear father, if you don't tell me, then I'll remain in ignorance. And people will blame you that your son became so uninformed, stupid. So then Nanda Maharaj said, so Krishna, we are very busy today because we are arranging to worship for Indra. So he said, why do you worship Indra, Father? Nanda Maharaj said, now he started. So, because we are cowherd people, we have to grow grass, we have to grow vegetables and grains. So we need rain. And Indra is the Lord of rain. That's why we worship Indra, so that we get rain. Father, does it rain just because you worship Indra? Yes, my dear son. Father, is it a scriptural understanding or traditional understanding or village understanding? Nanda Maharaj thought for a while. He said, Krishna, we're doing it since time immemorial. Our forefathers and their forefathers have been doing it. So traditionally we are doing it. Oh, but does it really rain because you worship Indra? Yes, my dear son, that's what everybody has been thinking, and that's why we follow the tradition. Father, do they need rain in the middle of the ocean? And does anybody worship Indra in the middle of the ocean? That Indra showers rain in the middle of the ocean. So Nanda Maharaj felt, yes, there is some truth to what this boy is saying. No one worships Indra in the middle of the ocean, and nor do the ocean need any water, but still it rains in the ocean. So he said, then he admitted, my dear son, we don't really know whether it's due to our worship of Indra that we get rain. But as I told you, that we are doing it because traditionally for generations we have been doing it. So then Krishna said, Father, there's no need to worship Indra. You are saying that we are cowherd people, and for the cows we need grass, and that's why we need rain. But actually, whatever we need to take care of the cows is there in Govardhan. Govardhan has such beautiful pastures. Govardhan has such beautiful fountains and streams that the cows can drink there. And he kept on describing that all the benefit that one gets from Govardhan. I said, on top of that, Father, just the name itself, look at it. Govardhan. And we are cowherd people, and our business is to increase the cows. So Govardhan is the one who actually does that. That's why he got the name Govardhan. Nanda Maharaj said, that's true. So Krishna, let's go and offer all this worship to Govardhan. There's no need to worship Indra. Let's worship Govardhan. So then Nanda Maharaj called all the people. Everyone come here, please. See, this is what Krishna had been telling. Krishna had been suggesting, and he gave some very good points. Right? And I also feel that there is no need to worship Indra. So, and everyone said, yes, yes. Now, whatever Krishna says, we do that. So Krishna is only 7 years old, and he's just, everyone actually is listening to whatever he says. Because they saw that Krishna is so wise that whatever he says is perfect. And by following Krishna's instructions, they were seeing that they're receiving the ultimate benefit. So they all excitedly took all the ingredients for worship, all the food offering and everything, and they took them to Govardhan. And they piled up the food, huge stack that looked like a mountain. Govardhan is one mountain, and in front of him there is another mountain. This is a mountain of food, Annakut. Jiva Goswami in Gopal Champu gives a very good description of this Annakut. The first they spread banana leaves on the ground. Then on top of that they put chapatis. A stack of chapatis. Then on top of chapatis there was parathas. All different types of parathas. Then on top of parathas there are puris. On top of puris there are kachoris. And then on top of that there are various types of rice preparations. And then all the other stuffs, sabjis and pakoras and all those things are put in there. And then it became a mountain with all kinds of food stuff. And then there was a fountain of ghee flowing through that mountain. And it was offered to Govardhan. And everyone, to their great surprise, they saw that the mountain, the high mountain, whose head is practically touching the sky, has appeared the form of Krishna. It's Krishna sitting down and eating. And there is another Krishna, 7-year-old Krishna, standing in front with his arms akimbo, looking at that. One Krishna is eating and the other Krishna is watching. And Govardhan was eating. Huge hands and take the food, putting on his mouth. And surprisingly they saw that as he was eating, the place got filled up again with the food. And in this way he just was eating. And then after eating, he spread his hands to Mansi Ganga, took water from there and drank the water from there. And then he belching of satisfaction. Now he is completely satisfied. And then all the cowherd people, they first fed the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and elderly people. Then they fed the guests and others. And then finally, in the beginning, the children also. And then finally, the ladies took prasad. And after everyone took prasad, they went and made a parikrama of Govardhan. In the meantime, Indra is a little worried. Indra is already dressed up, waiting for his worship. And surprisingly, no worship came up. So Indra was really surprised. What's the matter? And then wind came and carrying the news. My Lord Indra, while they were making arrangements, this 7-year-old boy, Krishna, told them not to worship you, but instead worship this mountain Govardhan. So Indra started to tremble with anger. This cowherd people, listening to a 7-year-old boy, they disregarded my honor and worship. Sambartak, come here right away. Sambartak is a cloud of devastation. And immediately Sambartak came, my Lord, what can I do for you? Destroy Vrindavan. Sambartak immediately, yes, my Lord. And Indra suggested a hailstorm, cyclone, tornado, all of you follow him and just destroy Vrindavan. And all the cowherd people saw all of a sudden the northeastern horizon became dark, and very quickly the cloud was moving, and they were very afraid. What's happening? What's happening? Now maybe Indra may be very angry. And some said, actually, Nanda Maharaj, you shouldn't have listened to Krishna. See, now we have invited this problem. But others went to Krishna and said, Krishna, Krishna, this is the situation, what should we do? This terrible storm and rain is coming. Krishna said, don't worry. So he lifted Govardhan with his left hand, and he said, everyone come under this mountain, along with your animals. So as they approached the cavity that was created by lifting the Mount Govardhan, they found a beautiful staircase leading down and a ramp for the animals to go down. This is also from Gopal Champu by Jiva Goswami. Beautiful ramp, and so they all came underneath. And Krishna was holding the mountain. And Indra sent the Sambartaka cloud, started devastation there. The place was, Vrindavan was flooded. The water was about to come into that cavity that was created. But Anantasesh just appeared there. And Anantasesh created a dam, a wall, to protect the water from coming in. So this is how all the residents took shelter under Govardhan. So Indra told lightning, please go and find out what's happening in Vrindavan. In a flash, lightning came and went back. and said, "My Lord, not a single soul survived. Everyone is dead." So Indra was very happy. "Thank you for this good news." But soon after that, wind went to Indra. "My Lord, the information that lightning brought was wrong. After eating all the offerings that were meant for you, this mountain has become so strong that it is now flying in the sky. And all the residents have taken shelter along with their animals under that. And it's acting as an umbrella, and your rain couldn't do anything to them." So Indra said, "Oh, mountain flying." There used to be one mountain called Mainak that used to fly. But I cut its wings with thunder, with Vajra. So since then, it is under the ocean, static. So is it that the Mainak grew its wings again and is flying? Anyway, thunder, you go and destroy that mountain. So thunder went and started to incessantly shower its strikes. Nothing happened. Thunder can actually split mountains. But here, in spite of its incessant attack, nothing was happening to the mountain because Krishna was holding it. So Indra now became worried. Like, even thunder is ineffective. What's the matter? So he went to Brihaspati. "Guru Maharaj, this is what happened." So he described what actually happened. So Brihaspati said, "Indra, you made a great mistake. This person who you thought is a 7-year-old cowherd boy is none other than your Lord and Master, Narayan. And he is naturally very upset. He wanted to kill his own people. He wanted to destroy his own abode. This time Indra started to tremble like a dry leaf in the wind. "Guru Maharaj, what should I do? I have offended my Lord." So Brahma said, "You see, Krishna is very fond of Surabhi. So you go take shelter of Surabhi and request her to go to Indra, go to Krishna. And you follow Surabhi, hiding yourself. You better hold on to Surabhi's tail. And that's how you go there, so that Krishna doesn't see you. Because if he sees you, then you'll be in big trouble." So let Surabhi pacify Krishna. And by seeing Surabhi, Krishna will be pacified. And then you have some chance of being forgiven by him. So this is how Indra went, holding on to the tails of Surabhi, hiding behind him, hiding behind her. Then Surabhi came and bathed Krishna with her milk. Krishna was angry, naturally, very angry. But his anger subsided, seeing Surabhi and being bathed by Surabhi's milk. So when his anger completely subsided and his mood changed, and now he is again in his merciful form, compassionate form, and Indra came out, fell at his feet and begged forgiveness. So this is how Krishna's Govardhan Leela was performed. Now there are some, actually behind every pastimes of Krishna, there is a reason why Krishna did that. The purpose of Govardhan Leela was all the cowherd people were desiring to have constant association of Krishna. During the day, the cowherd boys used to be with Krishna. And at night, they were separated. The gopis used to have Krishna's association during the night, and the day they were separated. And Krishna's father and mother and the elderly cowherd folks, they would see Krishna only during the morning, and then throughout the day they wouldn't see Krishna. And when Krishna came back for some time, they would say, see Krishna, get see the association. So, but everybody wanted that, everybody was yearning, oh, I wish I could be with Krishna 24 hours a day. So that's why Krishna performed his Govardhan Leela, where for 7 days and 7 nights continuously, all the residents of Vrindavan, even the cows also, they were thinking the same way. Actually, mind you, in the spiritual world, everyone is conscious. Not only the animals, even the trees and plants are conscious. What to speak of trees and plants? Even the pillows are conscious. Floor is conscious. You want to hear about the story of the pillow? The pillow was thinking that I am always at Krishna's head and I never get a chance to serve his lotus feet. So one day Krishna, the pillow went to Krishna's feet. And Lalita came and saw that pillow move from Krishna's feet, Krishna's head to his feet. So Vishaka's business is to make the bed. So Lalita called Vishaka, chastised her. Vishaka, you're out, you're spaced out completely. Look what you have done. The pillow is at his feet, not on his head. So they got into a fight. Then Vishaka said, no, I didn't do that. I all put it there. Then finally, they found out that it was Mr. Pillow himself who independently acted like that. So the point is, in the spiritual world, everything is conscious. And who are these beds? And below that, everything, expansion of Balaram. Every article of Krishna's service is an expansion of Balaram. Every article of Krishna's worship is expansion of Balaram. So in this way, there are various reasons why Krishna performed different pastimes, especially Govardhan Leela. And also, after the Govardhan Leela was over, different people started to take credit for Govardhan. The cowherd people were claiming that the ladies, cowherd girls, that because we fed Krishna with our milk, that's why Krishna became so strong that he could lift Govardhan and hold it for 7 days. Then the cowherd men said, no, Krishna could hold this mountain for 7 days because we are supporting him with our support. That's why we could. But then the gopis came that, you see, Krishna lifted Govardhan with his left hand. And the left hand side of Krishna is Radharani's place. Therefore the credit goes to Srimati Radharani. So they admitted, yes, it is due to Radharani's potency that Krishna could actually hold Govardhan for 7 days. Now there is another thing about Govardhan. Who is Govardhan? Govardhan is Haridasha Varja, the best of Krishna's servants. So much so that Govardhan is non-different from Krishna. Govardhan in one hand is Krishna's devotee, and at the same time Govardhan is Krishna himself. So when Krishna decided, actually Garga Samhita gives the description what actually happened. Srimad Bhagavatam gives a very brief description that Brahma went and Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu, Brahma heard the voice and said, I'm coming. But Garga Samhita gives a more detailed description that when they went to Vishnu, Vishnu said, look, it is beyond me to take care of this situation of the earth planet. The only one who can do that is Krishna. So Vishnu took them in a boat, and where God went into the celestial Ganga. Ganga is in the heavenly planet also. And through Ganga, they went to the covering of the universe. And there was a crack, so they went beyond that crack, outside of the universe. And they saw that the universe eventually disappeared like a small little berry. It appeared to be like a small little berry. And then they saw there are many other such small little berries like floating there. Innumerable universes. And then they came to this 1,000-petal lotus. And at the gateway, they were stopped by 2 ladies. And so they asked, yes, what do you want? They told, Brahma told. So I am Brahma, and they introduced the others. Which Brahma? Oh no, she actually went back to Krishna. They went back. So wait here. So they went and came back. So which Brahma? Krishna is asking. Which Brahma? Yeah. There are innumerable Brahmas, and there are innumerable Brahmas. Jai Shri Shri Gaunika, Jai Shri Shri Srinath Ji ki Jai, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Anyway, so then Vishnu said, the Brahma, the universe that was cracked by the toenail of the Lord. So they went, and so, okay, now he comes. So they went there and they saw Krishna and with Srimati Radharani in Golok. So they then asked, Krishna asked, so, yeah, what do you want? Please tell us what I can do for you. So, Vishnu described everything. Oh, in the meantime, they all saw that different incarnations were coming and merging in the body of Krishna, indicating that all these Nishinga, Varaha, Kurma, Mahavishnu and others are actually his expansions. So then Krishna said, they told Krishna, what is the situation of the earth planet. So Krishna said, okay, I'll come. And when Krishna said, I'll come, Radharani fainted. So when she came back to her senses, she said, my Lord, if you go, then what will happen to me? Krishna said, okay, you'll also come with me. She said, no, I don't want to go to some place away from Vrindavan. I don't want to go to a place where there is no Govardhan, there is no Jamuna. So Krishna said, okay. So he sent a part of Golok in advance. And he ordered Jamuna to go there. He ordered Govardhan to go there. So Govardhan then appeared in Shalmali Island as a son of Drona mountain. Very beautiful son of Drona mountain. And one day, Pulastha Rishi, Brahma's son, he came to Shalmali. And so he was so impressed seeing Govardhan. So while he was about to depart, that he asked Drona mountain that, will you please offer your son to me? I'll take him to Kashi, Benares, where there is no mountain. So in this mountain I will meditate on Lord Shiva. So a sage has asked for something, so the father couldn't say no, but at the same time his heart was breaking because his son was so dear to him. So he told Govardhan, the sage wants you to go with him. Govardhan said, fine, I'll go, but on one condition, that how is he going to carry me? Then Pulastha said, no, don't worry. I'll carry you with my mystic power in my hand. Okay, but you have to take me in one stretch. Because if you stop anywhere, I won't go from there. So he said, fine. So he was carrying Govardhan. When they were flying over Vrindavan, Govardhan felt that now Krishna will come and he'll perform his pastimes. Who wants to go to this Kashi? So he increased his weight so much that he couldn't carry, Pulastha couldn't carry, as if he got some urge to pass. So just quickly he placed the mountain there and went. And then after taking his bath, when he came back, he tried to lift. So he said, what happened, my child? Come on, my hand. He said, look, we had a condition, wherever you drop me, I'm going to stay there. He said, oh, you tricked me in this way. Okay, I curse you that every day you will reduce by the size of a sesame seed. That's why Govardhan is. His size is decreasing, which was a huge mountain at one time. It's practically a small little hill. So this is how Govardhan came. Another interesting anecdote about Govardhan. When Ramchandra was building the bridge to Lanka, big monkeys were carrying mountain tops and big boulders to throw in the ocean. And when Hanuman came to Govardhan, he was about to lift Govardhan and take. The announcement came from the sky. The bridge is complete. There is no more need of any other material. So Govardhan felt so upset. I was about to be engaged in the service of the Lord, and now I have been deprived of that opportunity. So then there was an announcement, don't worry Govardhan. When the Lord will come in Dwapar Yuga, in the following Yuga, He will come and play at your hills, on you. And not only that, He will be engaged in His service. You will be so fond of Him, He'll be so dear to Him, that He'll lift you with His own hand and hold you for 7 days. So that is the benediction he got because he couldn't be engaged in Lord Ramchandra's pastimes. Giriraj Govardhan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur Premanand. Does anybody have any question? Yes.
I'm not sure we have enough time for all my questions because Kali Yuga is only a short time compared to the questions I have. So I have a concern for my own spiritual advancement. We see that Indra was, Krishna reduced Indra's pride because that was one of his goals. He wanted Indra to become very proud. Now Indra, one understanding of the second offense in chanting is we shouldn't disrespect the demigods either. So I don't want to disrespect Indra. He's a very advanced devotee. But a little while later, he did the same thing. He fought with Krishna when Krishna asked for the parijata flower for Satyabhama. So if he falls prey to pride so quickly, what about me? I'm really in trouble.
Yeah. Well, that is Yogamaya. As I mentioned this morning, in the previous class, that these are actually Krishna's pastimes. It's just some acts on a stage, you can say. And Yogamaya makes these arrangements. She makes one forget. Like a simple consideration, Krishna comes every day of Brahma, once in a day of Brahma. Then how come Brahma forgot? Right? Like one who comes, and every day he's forgetting and doing the same mistake, so to say. We have to understand that these are his pastimes and we have to accept them with the spirit. And the question that you asked is forgetfulness of Krishna's position and like as far as possible we must try to remember him as long as our consciousness is clear. Because the time will come when our will not work. Like say for example, when you fall asleep, can we apply our will and decide what we're going to do and what we're not going to do? Similarly, after we die, death is like falling asleep. Therefore, the only recourse is to surrender. Krishna, you decide what you want to do with me. With my own effort, I cannot really act appropriately. So you please decide. And that is the meaning of surrender, depending upon his Maru virakho pijo ichha tuhara. Kito janamo ho jatha tu agas. Even if I have to be born as an insect, it's possible. But let that birth be in the association of devotees. Yes, you have a question?
Yeah, what's the meaning of Govardhan?
Govardhan. Oh, yeah, right. I didn't explain, right? Okay, Go means cow. And Vardhan means that increases. The cow community increases, the one who makes the cow community increase, that is Govardhan. Alright? Okay, time for a few more questions. You have a question? Yeah.
Maharaj, so we see a lot of time hearing the stories, Brahma and Indra, they made offenses, they were trying to test Krishna. Lord Shiva, did he do this kind of things?
Oh, many times. Okay, Krishna was fighting with Vanasura, right? And Lord Shiva actually, Vanasura was a devotee of Lord Shiva. So Vanasura was blessed by Lord Shiva that he will always protect him. So when Krishna attacked, Shiva came to Vanasura's rescue according to his promise. He fought with Krishna. Then he came back to his senses. Right? And then he begged forgiveness. Yes, so in this way, Lord Shiva also, and apparently kind of, was bewildered and acted in an appropriate way. Yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Maharaj, in Damodar Ashtakam, in Damodar pastime, we always hear like Yashoda Mai took so much effort and she couldn't bind Krishna. And finally, because of her effort, Krishna allowed her to bind. And then sometimes we hear that Radharani gave her ribbon to tie, and then that's what Krishna got tied. So it's any confusion there, so.
Well, can be, I don't know, I didn't read it anyway. But it can be. There Krishna's pastimes has various aspects. It's possible, but it's not that because Radharani is kind of whatever you call it. But it is down. Anyway, maybe Radharani was using some rope to tie her hair. Where did you find that?
I heard some of the lectures I hear people in Damodar Leela now.
Anyway, but ultimately it happened by Krishna's will.
Yashoda Mai only tied, not Radharani didn't.
No. Yashoda Mai tied.
So,
Oh, this one says Radharani tied it.
no. They say that Yashoda Mai got the ribbon from, she gave some like tying thing.
Or maybe she ran out of ropes and the only thing that was available was Radharani's. Could be possible. Anything is possible. That's how wonderful Krishna's pastimes are.
Could be happening.
Yeah, sure. I mean, no need to contest or.
And Guru Maharaj, one more thing. Can you explain about last stand of Namo Radhikaya Tvadyate, last
Yeah.
thing that.
I offer my obeisances to Srimati Radharani and those who are dear to her.
So why it comes in the Damodar Ashtakam? Why that comes, that line?
So, you see, like ultimately glorification is going to the devotees. Right? Like conclusion is humble obeisances to all the devotees. Okay, yes.
You told like how Brahma went to even Goloka and they went to Vaikuntha so many times. He said, but as Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita, whoever comes to me, they don't come back. So, doesn't it contradict or?
Come back, but if one is not necessary to be engaged in Krishna's service, but they have other service, even if they go there, they come back. Right? The point is that those who are engaged in his service, whom Krishna wants, another classic example actually is Durvasha Muni went to Vaikuntha. He could go to Vaikuntha, but couldn't stay there. Why? Because Krishna didn't want him. Because the main consideration here is that because he was not a devotee, he's not a pure devotee.
Because many times we hear like Lord Brahma, they went to Chirasagar and pray all those stutis, then like we they hear a voice from the Lord or something like that, not directly perceiving.
It's like, okay, let's put it this way. A person, he he's a big man, and he has his office, and his office he has many employees, and he has his house. Sometimes his office people, on some specific requirement, may go to his house, but they can't stay in the house. The house is meant for the family members. So those who become Krishna's devotees, those who become Krishna's family members, only they stay there. And those who are not the family members, but those who are assigned to perform different types of functions, so they may go there, but then they have to come back because their job actually is in the office. Okay, thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanand.